Imagine yourself walking into a room filled with people from different corners of the world. The conversations are lively, but what truly catches your attention isn't what's being said, it's how people move, how they gesture, the way their expressions seem to carry unspoken words. This is the secret language of the world, body language. It's a form of communication that transcends words but is deeply rooted in culture. It's fascinating to think about how your body speaks even when your mouth stays silent. But here's the twist. What it's saying might not be what you think. And understanding this can change everything. Now picture this. In one culture, making direct eye contact might be seen as a sign of confidence and honesty, while in another it could come across as overly bold or even disrespectful. For example, in the United States, looking someone in the eye is often a way to show you're engaged, but in some parts of Asia, avoiding eye contact shows respect, especially when speaking to someone older or in a position of authority. Imagine being in a meeting or an interview and misinterpreting these cues. Just think about how knowing this simple fact could reshape how you connect with others. Let's take a moment to think about hand gestures, something you use every day without even realizing it. In Italy, for instance, hand gestures are almost like an extension of speech. They add emotion and emphasis, but take that same expressive movement to Japan, and it might feel out of place, where subtlety in gestures is more appreciated. Even something as universal as the thumbs up isn't the same everywhere. In many countries, it means good job or approval. But in parts of the Middle East, it's an offensive gesture. So think about how much could change by understanding what your hands are saying in different parts of the world. Let's go deeper. Imagine a casual smile. It seems simple, right? In the United States or Western cultures, a smile can mean friendliness. It's an invitation to connect. But in some Asian cultures, a smile might also be used to mask discomfort or embarrassment. It's not insincere, it's just a different way of handling emotions. So the next time someone smiles at you, pause and think about what it might mean in their cultural context. It's like discovering a hidden layer of meaning in everyday interactions. Think about posture now, how you sit, how you stand. It all carries meaning. In Western cultures, leaning slightly forward when speaking to someone might show interest. But in other cultures, standing tall and maintaining a formal posture shows respect. In Thailand or the Middle East, pointing the sole of your foot toward someone is considered offensive because the feet are seen as the lowest and dirtiest part of the body. Such details might seem small, but they have the power to shape relationships and impressions in profound ways. What about personal space? In some countries like Brazil or Spain, people tend to stand closer. It's a sign of warmth and friendliness. In contrast, if you do the same in countries like Germany or Japan, it might make someone feel uncomfortable because they value personal space. Imagine being at an international event and unknowingly stepping too close to someone who values their space, or stepping back from someone who sees closeness as a connection. These subtle cues speak volumes about cultural values and relationships. Now let's talk about greetings, a seemingly simple gesture with so much variation. In the United States, a firm handshake is a sign of confidence, but in France you might exchange kisses on the cheek instead. In Japan, a bow replaces the handshake, with different depths of bowing indicating varying levels of respect. Even the duration of a handshake matters. In some Middle Eastern cultures, handshakes can last longer and are accompanied by holding the other person's hand as a sign of warmth. Can you imagine how understanding these nuances could completely transform how you greet someone from a different culture? And silence, yes, even silence has a cultural meaning. In Western countries, silence in a conversation can feel awkward, something to fill with words. But in many Asian cultures, silence is thoughtful. It's not a void, it's a moment of respect, giving space for reflection before responding. Picture yourself in a business negotiation where silence falls. If you're from a culture that values constant communication, you might interpret this as disinterest, but in reality it could be a sign that the other person is considering your words carefully. Body language isn't just about gestures or posture, it's about the entire way you present yourself. Take clothing and appearance. For example, in some cultures, dressing formally shows respect, while in others, casual attire might signal approachability and trust. Imagine stepping into a meeting in one culture wearing a suit when everyone else is in casual attire, or vice versa. This silent aspect of body language speaks volumes about how well you understand the environment you're in. Every culture has its own body language rhythm, its own unspoken rules that guide interaction. By observing these rules, you're showing respect and building trust. Whether you're traveling, working in an international team, or simply trying to connect with someone from a different background, Paying attention to body language is like learning a new language. It opens doors, creates opportunities, and strengthens relationships in ways that words alone can't achieve. Imagine now how this knowledge could reshape your next interaction, the way you approach someone, the way you smile, the way you carry yourself. All of it will shift because you understand the cultural context. It's not just about avoiding misunderstandings, it's about creating connections, making people feel seen, respected, and valued. Think of the confidence you'll carry when you know that your actions are speaking the right language no matter where you are. So next time you find yourself in a room full of people from different backgrounds, pay attention. Notice how they move, how they gesture, how they interact with one another. Every movement is a piece of a larger cultural puzzle, and by learning to decode this secret language, you unlock a deeper understanding of the world and your place in it. Body language is universal, but its dialects are what make it beautiful and complex. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share because you will learn tons of information in the next video.